Hello everyone, and welcome to the Dice Commando YouTube channel. I'm Andrew, with you here as always. This is the Commando Cast, a video cast about all things Star Wars Destiny. This video and others like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. Please show your support with a like and subscribe, and be sure to hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss any new videos. If you want to get involved with the channel, consider becoming a channel member. There are many benefits to channel membership, including access to our Discord, exclusive deck tech and strategy videos, and the opportunity to help create channel content. I want to sincerely thank all our channel members, as I truly couldn't do this without your support. You guys rock. Go Commando. Hello everyone, welcome to Dice Commando and a completely unplanned, unscheduled, but hype episode of the Commando Cast. So you see this lady right here, Dr. Aphra, came out today, or spoiler, came out today from our friends over at Star Wars Destiny Brazil. They have their cast called Café con Destiny, or Com Destiny, right, because it's Portuguese. That's all came out today. So typically I always try to allow 24 hours for my fellow content creators before I do this, but this one is I'll hit the other spoilers, also the ones we saw last night from Diggity Destiny. I'll hit all those this weekend as I'd planned, but man, saw this. I just had to. We've been talking. It's been blowing up our Discord. Dr. Aphra is amazing. So that is what I am talking about today. Is Dr. Aphra. All right, guys. So thanks for joining me for my hype episode. This card is amazing on every single level. So again, I just want to make sure credit is given where credit is due. So this is SWD Brazil, our friends down on the other side of the equator, at least for me. And again, their cast is Café con Destiny. You can actually go check out there. They have an entire YouTube channel. Of course, it's in Portuguese. So go check them out if you can speak that. But either way, they're good people. They play a lot of. Many of them actually are Dice Commando members, and they play a lot of tournaments around the globe. So much love to those guys. So going into Dr. Aphra, 1013 neutral yellow character scavenger engineer with 11 health. 1 gun, 2 gun, 1 shield, 2 shield, 1 resource, 1 blank. Okay, so just take your hand and put it over the screen and ignore the rest of that for a second. 1013, this character is bonkers good, right? And actually, to be fair, look at this card first. That is custom art, right? Donated art, cosmic Nute, and I've been told we have some other art coming from this individual as well in this set, which is pretty cool. But the art looks great, completely fan donated. This is awesome. If they're gonna put like really good stuff into a card, it should come with custom art. Like, I love it. So, all right. So now you can take your hand away. Let's read what Aphra does. After setup, you may shuffle 6 set-aside non-character droids into your deck, ignoring deck building restrictions. That means you can play hero droids if you're playing, because she's neutral. If you're playing villain, you can bring hero droids. Vice versa. You can bring droids of any color. And you can bring 6 of the same. Right? Up to 6 of the same, right? Because it's ignoring deck building restrictions. If you want to bring 6 assassin droids, you can bring 6 assassin droids. I was talking to Mike. Mike said, why wouldn't you bring 6 stabs? Also not bad. Because when you play a droid, after you play a droid, you may deal 1 indirect damage to an opponent. Do note that's a may, so you have to remember your triggers. But you're going to do it anyway, right? That's pretty good, right? So, I mean, the easiest one, so actually, let's do this first. We'll bring up the list. So I went to SWDB and just filtered. I looked for supports and upgrades. Now, it wasn't really relevant. Well, it is for R3 Astromech. I don't know really if that would come into play here, but you have Assassin Droid, you have the Coruscant Police, the Popo. Actually, not a bad card in itself, right? It has 50% damage size, can remove Scoundrel when it's played. You have the Combat Droid from the draft set. You have the Stap. Then you have the VPD. No die in of itself, but that's removal, right? So that was one of the first things where people went is like, oh man, I could play net 8 copies, right? The 2 in your deck and then the 6 aside. Or even if you're not playing red, you could still do the 6. Viper Probe Droids, just throw them down for 1. Now, do you remember Viper Probe Droid you have to spot in order to use its effect? So you are going to want to be playing red on that one. And that's good. You have removal for days, and you're dealing an indirect every time it comes down. Completely reasonable. The one I'm looking at, like I mentioned, was the Assassin Droid, right? You could play 8 copies of the Assassin Droid. Remember the Assassin Droid? Well, we'll put him up, but every time the Assassin Droid comes in, he pings for 1, and then he has a 50% damage die. I believe it's a 1/1/2. But again, he's coming in dealing 1. So all you got to do is find that extra resource per turn. Not too shabby there. Now that's a villain card, but again, she can bring it. But you could play 8 of them if you're pairing with a villain. Then, let's not... Actually, wait. Is BD1 not on that list? Why is BD1 not on that list? Well, BD1 should be on that list. Either way. Oh, because I left out heroes. So I'm clipping that right now. See, this is what happened when you do this unplanned. All right, so now I'm showing the updated version. We have Assassin Droid. Oh, yeah, we have Bucket. That's right. We have the Gonk Droid, Mr. Bones, Professor Wang, and yes, VBD1. So we have plenty of options. A couple of them in there are blue. So apologies on that. I don't think that overall champion of BD1, I think, certainly is a great option, especially if you can get somehow a special chaining or something like that for healing 2. I mean, BD1 coming down for 1, dealing an indirect, and then healing you, it seems phenomenal. And then, yeah, like Mike had said, the stab droids, remember, those guys have ambush, so, like, I mean, I don't know, I don't have any great plan there, but, like, they're coming down for 1, they've got pretty good sides. That 3 indirect for 1's not awful, right? And you can do other things with it. So, anyway, there's all sorts of crazy stuff. All sorts of theory crafting with Aphra. So I was dead set. If you'd asked me 5 hours ago who I was going to play opening weekend, it was probably going to be SOH Maul and Savage. And, like, I can't get my head off of Aphra. Like, I think Aphra is the best card we've ever seen in Star Wars Destiny. Like, 10-13, like, just stat-wise, she's amazing. Like, there are 15-point characters out there asking for that die, right? And just wow. And wow, just wow. I mean, I mean, as far as being the best card, like, she is certainly above curve, or at least the curve we've been used to. Sorry, like I said, this is unorganized as just a hype episode, but she's phenomenal. So where does my head go for pairings? So the first place it went was actually Enfys, because Enfys makes a ton, right? Because I was on the Assassin Droid, and I was like, well, how am I going to make a ton of money? Well, you know who makes a ton of money is Enfys, plus she then, on top of your droid, she can get you some hero and villain cards to help round out stuff. Reaping into her 2 side for the PA, you can make a lot of money with Enfys pretty fast, because, right, I mean, think about it. If you're bringing, let's say you go full out and you pack 8 Assassin Droids or whatever in your deck, you're potentially getting 2 of those, or more, I guess, in your opening hand. Like, a nice Reap, and to that end, like, Jabba probably doesn't stink, right, as a pair, and he's also 10-13, so that puts you at 26, so you have to be a little creative there. Do keep in mind, if you want to totally go crazy, you could Extremist campaign. Somehow figure out like a 31-point team. I don't really know what that gets you. That'd be, 42 cards in your deck then, right? Yeah. A ton of options. So like I said, Enfys is one option where I immediately went with her. The other is like something like a Watt or a Krennic. Now again, Krennic's at 10-13, so like you'd have to figure out something weird there, but like, she's, think about OG Aphra, right? OG Aphra, you were perfectly fine playing her single die because what she brought was her ability, not her die. Like, in this case, like, I think Aphra's die is pretty darn good for, like, this Aphra's die for 3 points is, like, really, really good, right? So, like, I can't see leaving that at home, but I guess if you're trading it for something else. So, there's that as well. So I'm also thinking red, because there's a lot of, A, for the Viper Probe Droid thing, right, having somebody red, but there's a lot of other stuff that really goes with red. There's, I believe it's the card that came out of the Grievous starter, it's Energize, right? Is that the right card, where you roll in, I believe it is, it lets you roll in a die on a droid? Yes, it is. Now, it could be a character too, but in this case, right, again, back to the Assassin Droid, right, you pay 1, you get 1 damage out of it, and then you roll the die back in. It's pretty good use of that, and that's a red character there, right? So going red like Watt, yeah. There's a lot of very interesting things out here with her. Other things that some of the guys had talked about, or some of the guys and gals had talked about on the Discord channel, just pulling it up right now and going through. Somebody mentioned Dash Rendar, right? Dash Rendar is also out of Redemption. He's the 17-point elite pilot. He has 1 money side, 2 money side, so you can reap with him. That's a good way to get a lot of money to pay for your droids. It doesn't necessarily help you with the piloting thing, but that's certainly an option. Mr. Bones is interesting, actually. Mr. Bones is kind of interesting now that I see that list. Yeah, so I think that's probably... Oh, I guess I had been thinking red for red villain because of VPD, but actually VPD, it doesn't say spot a red. I don't believe it does. It doesn't say spot a red villain. It should just be spot a red character. So actually you could still play red hero with her. Yeah, it says spot a red character and spend 1 resource. So you could play red hero, actually. That's not where my head went originally, but I don't know. Very interesting. So anyway, we could sit here and do this all day, and who wants to sit and listen to me talk in circles? But man, I just had to get a video up and out about this. Dr. Aphra, she is just amazing. Being and she's neutral. Wow, great looking card. Wow, this card has some serious power to it, and the deck building options on this are just through the roof. So yeah, this card's crazy exciting. So like I said, Star Wars Destiny Brazil, thank you for allowing me. I didn't ask, right? But thank you for understanding the excitement on me getting this out. The other stuff I won't hit until this weekend. So again, thanks for sharing this with all of us. That was really nice. Again, just want to remind everybody, Redemption's on its way. It's the 19th when I'm shooting this, which means that we're 10 days away from release and 11 days away from the release tournament. So yeah, we're getting close. We're probably actually running out of spoilers here soon, because man, who's left out there? I don't know. We will see. Anyway, thanks guys for joining me, and go Commando.